We live in a world that tells us to want it all. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, we're bombarded with messages that push us to strive for more. More achievements, more possessions, more experiences. The constant hustle and bustle of modern life can make it seem like we're always in a race against time. More money, more success, more happiness. These are the benchmarks society often uses to measure our worth. We see images of success everywhere, on social media, in advertisements, and even in the lives of those around us. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of these ideals, believing that they will bring us the fulfillment we seek. But the truth is, we can't have it all. The pursuit of everything often leads to feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Our to-do lists grow longer, and our sense of satisfaction diminishes. We find ourselves juggling too many responsibilities, trying to meet everyone's expectations, and in the process, we lose sight of what truly matters to us. We only have a limited amount of time and energy. Each day has only 24 hours, and our energy is not infinite. When we spread ourselves too thin, we end up exhausted and burnt out. The constant pressure to do more and be more can take a toll on our mental and physical well-being. This means we need to be selective about where we direct our focus. It's essential to identify our priorities and allocate our time and energy accordingly. By doing so, we can ensure that we're investing in the areas of our lives that bring us the most joy and fulfillment. This is where the subtle art of not giving AF*C comes in. It's about recognizing that we can't care about everything and everyone. We need to choose our battles wisely and focus on what truly aligns with our values and goals. It's not about being apathetic or indifferent to everything. Instead, it's about being intentional with our attention and energy. It's about understanding that we have the power to decide what deserves our focus and what doesn't. It's about learning to prioritize what truly matters and letting go of the rest. By doing so, we can create a sense of balance and harmony in our lives. We can focus on the things that bring us joy, satisfaction, and a sense of purpose. It's about accepting that we can't control everything in life, and that's okay. When we let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. We learn to embrace uncertainty and trust that things will work out as they should. Because when we stop trying to control everything, we free ourselves up to focus on what we can control: our values, our actions, and our responses to the world around us. We can invest our time and energy in activities and relationships that align with our core beliefs and bring us genuine happiness. This shift in perspective can be challenging at first. We're so accustomed to the idea that we need to do it all and have it all. It takes time and practice to reframe our thinking and embrace a more intentional approach to life. We're so used to chasing after everything that seems shiny and appealing. The allure of new opportunities and experiences can be hard to resist, but constantly pursuing these distractions can leave us feeling scattered and unfulfilled. But by learning to say no to the things that don't truly matter, we create space for the things that do. We can focus on our passions, nurture our relationships, and take care of our well-being. In doing so, we can lead more meaningful and satisfying lives. In today's world, our attention is constantly being pulled in a million different directions. We live in an age where information is abundant and distractions are just a click away. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, our minds are bombarded with stimuli. Social media, emails, notifications, the news cycle. It's a never-ending barrage of information vying for our mental energy. Each ping, each buzz, each alert demands a piece of our attention, fragmenting our focus and scattering our thoughts. And here's the thing, attention is a currency. Just like money, it's limited and valuable. Every moment we spend focusing on something, we're spending a part of our finite mental resources. Every time we give our attention to something, we're making an investment. We're choosing to allocate our time, our energy, and our mental bandwidth to that particular thing. But unlike financial investments, we often don't think about the returns we're getting on our attention. We're investing our time, our energy, and our mental bandwidth. And just like with any investment, we need to be mindful of where we're putting our resources. Are we getting a good return on our investment, or are we wasting our precious attention on things that don't really matter? The problem is that we often make these investments unconsciously. We don't stop to think about where our attention is going or what we're getting in return. We just react to the latest notification, the newest headline, the most recent post. We scroll through social media without thinking, losing hours to mindless browsing, We swipe through dating apps looking for a connection, but often finding only superficial interactions. We get sucked into the news cycle, constantly checking for updates, even when the news is negative or irrelevant to our lives. We allow ourselves to be pulled into the drama and chaos of the world, forgetting to focus on what truly matters to us. We allow ourselves to be distracted by things that don't truly matter. We miss out on meaningful conversations, deep connections, and moments of joy because we're too busy looking at our screens. The first step in mastering the art of not giving AF*CK is becoming aware of where our attention is going. We need to take a step back and observe our habits. Are we mindlessly scrolling, or are we engaging with content that enriches our lives? What are we investing in? Are we spending our attention on things that align with our goals and values? Are we nurturing our relationships, our passions, our personal growth? Is it aligning with our values? Are we investing in activities and relationships that bring us joy and fulfillment? Are we making choices that reflect our true priorities? Is it bringing us closer to the life we want to live? By being mindful of where we direct our attention, we can start to reclaim our time and energy. We can make conscious choices that lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. So let's take control of our attention and invest it wisely. Indifference gets a bad rap. We're often told that we should care about everything, that we should be passionate about everything. But the truth is, we only have a limited amount of fucks to give. And if we try to give a fuck about everything, we'll end up giving a fuck about nothing. Indifference, in the context of not giving AF*CK, is about being strategic with our emotional energy. It's about choosing what we're willing to invest in emotionally and what we're willing to let go of. This doesn't mean we become cold and unfeeling robots. It simply means we choose our battles wisely. We reserve our emotional energy for the things that truly matter, our relationships, our passions, our values. Section 4. The refining fire of suffering. Suffering is an inevitable part of life. It's something that touches everyone, regardless of who they are or where they come from. No one gets through this thing unscathed. We all have our own battles, our own scars, both visible and invisible. But here's the thing about suffering. It can either break us or make us stronger. It's like a refining fire, burning away the impurities and leaving behind something purer, something more resilient. The key is how we choose to respond to it. Do we let it consume us, or do we use it as a catalyst for growth? We often try to avoid suffering at all costs. It's a natural instinct to shy away from pain, to seek comfort and safety. We numb ourselves with distractions, filling our time with mindless activities to escape the discomfort. We chase after fleeting pleasures, hoping that they will fill the void and make us forget our troubles, even if just for a moment. We build walls to protect ourselves from pain, isolating ourselves from the very experiences that could help us grow. But by doing so, we miss out on the valuable lessons that suffering can teach us. It's in the depths of our struggles that we often find our greatest strengths. Suffering has a way of revealing what's truly important to us. It strips away the superficial and forces us to look at the core of our being. It forces us to confront our values, our priorities, and our beliefs about the world. It challenges us to reassess what we hold dear and what we are willing to fight for. And it's through these confrontations that we grow and evolve as human beings. We learn to adapt, to persevere, and to find meaning in our suffering. And it's through these confrontations that we grow and evolve as human beings. We learn to adapt, to persevere, and to find meaning in our suffering. We become more empathetic, more understanding, and more connected to the world around us. In the end, it's not the suffering itself that defines us, but how we rise from it, how we let it shape us into better versions of ourselves. Section 5. Happiness, a byproduct, not a destination. We're bombarded with messages that tell us happiness is the ultimate goal in life. Buy this product, achieve this milestone, and you'll finally be happy. But the truth is, happiness is a slippery slope. The more we chase after happiness, the more elusive it becomes. That's because happiness is not a destination. It's a byproduct. It's a byproduct of living a meaningful life, of pursuing our values, of connecting with something bigger than ourselves. When we focus on happiness as the goal, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Because happiness is fleeting, it comes and goes like the tide. But when we focus on living a meaningful life, happiness becomes a natural byproduct of our journey. Section 6, the universality of problems. Here's a liberating truth. Everyone has problems. No matter how perfect someone's life may seem on the surface, everyone is fighting their own battles. The sooner we accept this, the sooner we can stop comparing our struggles to others' highlight reels. The problem is we often compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reels. We scroll through social media and feel inadequate. We compare our worst moments to other people's best moments, and we end up feeling like we're the only ones struggling. But the truth is, everyone is struggling in their own way. Everyone has insecurities, everyone has fears, and everyone has challenges they're trying to overcome.